I'm happy to have you here with me at story time today. As you can see, I have money behind me. So I am actually going to talk about money. And we actually just had a very important holiday pass on Monday. It was President's Day. And the reason I chose money to talk about today was because we have our presidents, well, our past presidents, on our money and then a few other things, of course. So let's go ahead and dive right into our first book. It is called Celebrating President's Day. Now, President's Day might not be as extravagant as other holidays because there aren't typically presents or a big gathering, but it is a very important day of remembrance and to remember past presidents and all of the things they've done for us and present presidents and future presidents and the things that makes a president important. We should always take time to think about that. Celebrating President's Day. What is President's Day? This book was written by Kimberly Giordano and Tricia Calla Jones. Hopefully, this will help you answer some questions about President's Day. What is president? Well, the president is a leader who plans what is best for our country. You can be a leader too by setting good examples. What is a president? Well, the president is a helper who helps people in need. You can be a helper too. Hmm, what is a president? Well, the president is a problem solver who works with other countries. You can be a problem solver too. What is a president? Well, the president is a community builder who helps people live and work together. You can be a community builder too. What is a president? The president is a teacher who teaches us about what is happening all around the world. You can be a teacher too. What is a president? Well, the president is a decision maker who helps our country make good choices. And you can help make important decisions too. We can always make important decisions together. What is a president? Well, the president is a lawmaker who helps Congress make laws to keep us safe. You can help make laws too. What kind of laws does the president make to help keep us safe? Yes, that's a very good one. Well, what is a president? The president is the leader of our country. And someday you could be the president too. Do you think it sounds fun to be the president and run an entire country? I think that it sounds like a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and of course, motivation. And I think it could be done. If you have that determination, then you should shoot for being president. However, I do think it's going to be very hard work. And you must like people because you are going to have to talk to a lot of people. So we actually have had so many presidents. And one of the first reasons that we started President's Day was because our very first president was George Washington. George Washington was our very first president, and his birthday is in February. After some years have passed and we've had some more presidents, then they started to decide that they wanted to celebrate all of the presidents and combine it all together. And that's why they chose the month of February to have President's Day to honor not just George Washington, our first president, and President Lincoln, our fifth president, but all of the presidents that we have. So that's why in February we celebrate President's Day. Now, I'm going to pull up some coins for you and see if we can recognize any of the presidents. and maybe we know how much each coin is worth. So this first coin I'm going to pull out is a penny. That's right. And as you can see, it is copper brown and it is worth 1 cent. And this lovely president is President Abraham Lincoln. Can you say Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln. Very good. So this is a penny worth 1 cent, copper brown, and the president on the penny is Abraham Lincoln. He is also on the $5 bill. Next coin we have is a nickel. Can you say nickel? Nickel. Very good. And do you know how much a nickel is worth? 5 cents. That's right. And this is silver colored. And the president on this nickel and every nickel in the United States is Thomas Jefferson. Can you say Thomas Jefferson? Thomas Jefferson. Very good. So this is a nickel. And we have Thomas Jefferson on here. It's a silver coin and it's worth 5 cents. So we have a penny, a nickel, and next we have a dime. Can you say dime? Dime. Very good. This is the smallest coin out of all of the coins that we have in the United States. As you can see, the quarter's bigger. Of course, this is a dime. A nickel's bigger. And even a penny is bigger. Oh, I lost my penny. Oh, well, we'll get back to that later. Let's get back to this dime. Can you say dime? Dime. Very good. It is worth 10 cents. Can you guys help me count to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cents. You guys are such great counters. And president is Thomas Jefferson. So we have a penny worth 1 cent, a nickel worth 5 cents, a dime worth 10 cents, and then we have a quarter. Very good. Can you guys say quarter? Quarter. Very good. And it is a very large coin compared to the other coins that we have looked at. However, there are 2 more coins in the United States currency that are bigger than a quarter, but a little bit more rare. We'll get into those after this because we have President George Washington, our first president, remember? He is on the quarter, and this quarter is worth 25 cents. Yes, 25 cents. What a great coin. So we have a quarter, George Washington, and 25 cents. Let's see if we can remember all of the coins. So far, we have spoke about getting a new penny, a penny with with Abraham Lincoln, a nickel with Thomas Jefferson. We have a dime with Franklin D. Roosevelt, and we have a quarter with George Washington. How awesome. So we actually have 2 more coins, but like I said, they're a little bit more rare. We have a 50-cent piece, which is obviously much bigger than all these coins. And the president on here is John F. Kennedy. And this is a $50, a 50-cent piece. It's worth 50 cents. And then we also have a golden dollar. And the gold dollar has Sacagawea on it. And you guessed it, it's worth $1. But it's in a coin instead of paper money. So those two coins are pretty neat because we don't see them as often. Have you guys ever seen a 50-cent piece or a gold dollar? Wow. Well, if you haven't, let me know and I can have some at the library for you guys to come in and look at. So, this next book I have is called Duck for President. It's kind of funny because why would a duck be president? Well, what do you think a duck could be president of? Let's read on and find out. Duck for President, written by Doreen Cronin and illustrated by Betsy Lewin. Where do you think they're at? A farm. What gave you that idea? The animals. We have some piggies and some chickens, and it looked like there's a farmer. Running a farm is very hard work. At the end of each day, Farmer Brown is covered from head to toe in hay, horsehair, seeds, sprouts, feathers, filth, mud, muck, and of course, coffee stains. He doesn't smell very good either. The animals have chores to do too. Oh boy, chores. Do you guys have any chores? I have lots of chores too. Well, let's see what the animals' chores are. The pigs have to clean under the beds. The cows have to weed the garden. And Duck take out the trash, mow the lawn, and grind the coffee beans. He does have a lot of chores. Well, at the end of each day, the pigs are covered in lint bunnies. The cows are covered in weeds. And the sheep are covered in dust. And Duck is covered in tiny bits of grass and espresso beans. Duck did not like to do chores. He did not like picking tiny bits of grass and espresso beans out of his feathers. Why is Farmer Brown in charge anyways? Thought Duck. What we need is an election. He made a sign and hung it up in the barn. Farmer Brown must go. Farm election tomorrow. Do you know what an election is? Well, it is somewhere you get to vote on something, whether it be a bill that's being passed or who's going to be president or hold a seat in office. But the next morning, Farmer Brown found a poster on his front door. Vote Duck for a kinder, gentler farm. How do you think that made Mr. Brown feel? Well, Farmer Brown was furious, which means really, really mad. He ran to the barn and found the animals registering to vote. Voter registration. Voters must live on the farm, show valid ID, and be ready to vote. The mice got together and protested the height requirement, so Duck crossed it off. On election day, each of the animals filled out a ballot and placed it in a box. The vote was counted and the results were posted on the barn wall. F. Brown, 6 votes. Duck, 20 votes. Which number is bigger, 6 or 20? That's right, 20 is bigger. So that means Duck won. Farmer Brown demanded a recount. One sticky ballot was found stuck to the bottom of a pig, and the new tally was Farmer Brown 6 and Duck 21. Which number is bigger, 6 or 21? That's right, 21. So Duck is still the winner. The voters had spoken. Duck was officially in charge. Running a farm is a very hard work. At the end of each day, Duck was covered from head to toe in hay, horsehair, seeds, sprouts, feathers, filth, mud, muck, and coffee stains. Running a farm is no fun at all, thought Duck. Vote for me. I'm a duck, not a politician. That night, Duck and his staff started working on Duck's campaign for governor. Duck left Farmer Brown in charge and hit the campaign trail. He visited small town diners. He marched in parades. He went to town meetings, and he even gave speeches that only other ducks could understand. On election day, the voters filled out their ballots in booths all over the state. The vote was counted and the results were posted in the local paper. And do you think Duck became governor? Well, he did. The governor demanded a recount. 2 sticky ballots were found stuck to the bottom of a plate of pancakes. So the new tally was Miss Governor, 299,999 votes, with Duck coming in just slightly above that with 300,002 votes. The voters had spoken, and Duck was officially in charge. But running a state is a very hard work. At the end of each day, Duck was covered from head to toe in hairspray, ink stains, scotch tape, fingerprints, mayonnaise, and coffee stains. And he had a very bad headache. Running a state is no fun at all, thought Duck. That night, Duck and his staff started working on posters for the president's election. The presidential election? Do you think Duck is going to run for president? A duck for a change. I like Duck. Duck making us proud again. Duck left his staff in charge and hit the campaign trail. He kissed babies in local diners. He rode in parades. He gave speeches that only ducks could understand. And he played the saxophone on the late night television. And on election day, the voters filled out their ballots in booths all over the country. And the vote was counted, and the results were in, and they were announced on CNN. The decision of America. Mr. President, 50,546,165 votes. And Duck had 50,546,170 votes. That's 5 more votes than Mr. President. And of course, the president demanded a recount. There were 10 sticky ballots found stuck to the bottom of the vice president. And the new tally was 50,546,165 votes for the president and 50,546,180 votes. That's 15 more votes than Mr. President. And the voters had spoken. Duck officially became in charge. But running a country was hard work. Could you imagine a duck for president? How silly. I don't think we could even understand him. Well, at the end of each day, Duck was covered from head to toe in face powder, paper cuts, staples, security badges, Secret Service agents, and of course, coffee stains. And he had a very very bad headache. Running a country is no fun at all, thought Duck. Then he checked the help wanted ads, thinking it was time to look for a new job. Duck needed no experience necessary, must be able to mow the lawn and grind the coffee beans. Duck left the vice president in charge and headed back to the farm. At the end of each day, Farmer Brown is now covered from head to toe in hay, horsehair, seeds, sprouts, feathers, filth, mud, muck, and of course, coffee stains. And Duck is working on his autobiography. The end. So I think Duck had a hard time being the president and the governor and running a farm because, well, he is just a duck. And ducks do not run countries. Our presidents do. So I have a song for us that's going to review the two most famous coins and presidents that usually we start talking about first, which is George Washington, who is on the quarter, and Abraham Lincoln, who is on the penny. So it goes to the tune of Do You Know the Muffin Man? So if you guys want to sing with me, and then we'll answer together. We're going to start with the penny, and then we're going to move on to the quarter. So it goes, do you know the president, the president, the president? Do you know the president whose face is on the penny? Yes, I know the president, the president, the president. Yes, I know the president. His name is Abraham Lincoln. Very good. My mouth is just a little bit dry. I apologize for the singing, but let's go ahead on and we'll get to the quarter. Do you know the quarter? Nope. Do you know the president, the president, the president? Do you know the president whose face is on the quarter? Well, yes, I know the president, the president, the president. Yes, I know the president. His name is George Washington. Very good. So we have learned about pennies, which are 1 cent and have Abraham Lincoln on them. And we have learned about nickels, which is worth 5 cents and has Thomas Jefferson on there. We have learned about dimes, which Franklin D. Roosevelt is on and worth 10 cents, and quarters, which George Washington is on and worth 25 cents. I have some activities in our grab and go bag that are going to help you guys learn what we talked about today. So the first thing I have is these fun little sheets. They have the name of the coin, the front of the coin, the back of the coin, and the value of the coin. And each of these are going to be cut up into rectangles, and you guys have to put them together. So once they're cut out, you'll have to find a front, a back, a value, and the name of the coin and put it in its own group. So we have penny, nickel, dime, and quarter. And after you guys have practiced the value, the front, the back, and the name of the coin, you guys can ask your parents for a jar or a cup of money, like loose change to borrow, to sort for this new cool sorting mat that I have for you guys. And what you'll do is you'll put pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters in its each location. And then you guys should be whizzes at recognizing our coins. And of course, there'll be a snack in the bag too. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun today. I think that President's Day is something to always celebrate because we love our president. We may not always agree or like on the rules or things that are going on, but we do respect him and them. And just like we respect our parents or our teachers or other people in a place of power and value. So we do need to recognize our presidents and we need to thank them for getting us to where we are today and keep thanking them for progressing us in the future. Again, if you think that you have what it takes to run for president, then I hope you work really hard and be very motivated to grow up one day and become president. I would love to say, I know that guy. So until next week, I will see you later. Goodbye.